What's going on, Pack? So in this video, I just want you guys to remember that you can share affection with your dogs. It doesn't matter if you have 3 or 4 dogs. It's all about how you share the affection and when you share the affection. It is extremely important that you learn to give affection to the dog when they're in a calm surrender state, especially when you have more than one dog, because they can eventually fight over you, and you don't want that kind of situation happening when the dog is having to fight over you. And as you can see, everybody's in a way congregating around here because I've been working with them on these beds. And so this allows them to come here for shade, for relaxation, and it also challenges the mind to do absolutely nothing. And so as I'm talking to you, I'm just kind of keeping an eye on the dogs and just observing what they're doing while my back was to them. And so you always want to keep your eye on your dog when you're first putting dogs together. You don't want to rush things, but you also want to be able to get them to smell each other, to see each other, to hear each other. And so walking your dogs together is a great way to start the relationship off. And when you finish your walk, you can always do place work. You can get 2 elevated dog beds and then you can work with treat, sit, stay, guide the nose, and then teach them that, hey, this is a place where you can retire, meaning that you can let everything go and just relax. And so this is not just a physical place for the dog, but it's more a mental one. It's for the dog to be in a calm, surrender state of mind. And so some of these guys come here because they have anxiety, overexcitement, phobias, fear. And this exercise allows them to, in a way, block those fears and not let that fear escalate, or nervousness escalate, or anxiety escalate, and block it every time you start to see it happen, and to the point where they just let it go. So they achieve calm surrender. And this is why I use these places, and I use it under a tree where we have a lot of shade and we have water near us. So that way, if the dogs get tired of waiting, because remember, one of the hardest things for the dog to do is absolutely nothing. So this is what we're teaching them, is to do absolutely nothing. And so this becomes a very challenging exercise for the mind of the dog. Shh, go. See, she's kind of giving him the look. That's why we're over here keeping an eye on things. But I just want you to remember, a lot of these guys came here with the stigma of being aggressive, labeled reactive, or you name it. And some of these guys might be reactive, but a lot of times a dog is only aggressive around certain people. But just because the dog is aggressive with you doesn't mean that the dog is aggressive with everybody. And so if the dog behaves aggressively with you, as far as you being the owner, that could be based on the relationship that you have with your dog. Your dog can be possessive, obsessive, or all different types of things with you, right? And so again, this is relationship based training. So what do you represent to your dog? That is extremely important to remember. So what you want to represent is pack leader. Pack leader means, remember, direction and protection. When you greet your dogs, how we talked in the last video, is no touch, no talk, no eye contact. So you create calm. So that way you can achieve what you're seeing in front of you, which is creating a pack mentality where everybody is connected, because we practice walking together, we practice eating together, we practice resting together, and they practice playing together as well. So everything that they do together as one. And so when you have multiple dogs, make sure that they are, yes, their own individual, but at the same time, they are one pack, one unity, one movement. And so that is how you want to, in a way, maintain the relationship. This is how, for example, if you foster dogs, right? This is how you can bring in different dogs into your house, because your dog doesn't have this obsessive behavior over you or territorial behavior over the house, because I hear a lot of people, I can't foster a dog because my dog is aggressive or doesn't like male dogs or whatever it might be. There are ways that you can help your dog, and there are ways that you can do this safely. There's things that you can do to, if you're too nervous, let's say your dog has bitten somebody or a dog, you can use a muzzle, and pretty much it'll help you relax. It'll help you relax your nerves. And that is very beneficial for you, for your dog, because you're providing exposure. And that just becomes a thing that it gives you more opportunities to keep integrating your dog with different people, with different packs, and all these different scenarios, right? And as you can see, I'm starting to correct here and there just because they're getting a little bit challenging over certain spots. So my job is just to direct them out of that, snap them out of it pretty much. So look right here, and it's mostly the mountain is again the same dogs from last time who are mounting dogs, which is Lewis and Bubba. They have this tendency to want to mount dogs, and I think it's more hormonal. It's not necessarily a dominance thing. It's hormones, and who knows where that came from. I think that might have came from being neutered too soon, and not being exposed to enough dogs. I mean, who knows exactly where that comes from, but we know how to remove that, and just by staying on top of it, redirecting the dog out of it, and giving him different outlets, which is exercise, right? Providing a healthy outlet for your dog's energy is extremely important. So in conclusion, guys, I just want to remind you to stay calm, stay confident, practice exercise, practice discipline, practice affection at the right time. It's not that you're not going to give affection to your dog. Is that, hey, maybe am I overdoing it, or am I giving affection at the wrong time where it's causing my dog to react or be aggressive? And so always remember, focus on your internal energy, and then you can focus on your dog. But if you don't have the right energy, it's going to be extremely hard to focus on your dog. And so with that, I'll leave you guys. Leave the comments below. Please share and like this video, and let me know what you'd like to see in the next video. We're out.